Hey everybody, Raging Kilt here. You'll have to excuse the noise. My neighbor, for 3 days now, has been using an air chisel on their kitchen floor. You hear it? Alright, so Raging Kilt here. Today, the purpose for today's video is I've been doing, let's see if I can get it real close here, you guys can see this. I'm doing a product review, KetoOS from Prove It. So this product claims to cause a state of nutritional ketosis in about 60 minutes. So I kind of called BS on that, but I have an open mind. I read a bunch of literature about the product. I got to know one of the representatives a bit and talked with him, and I decided to give it a chance. Those of you who read my blog know that I have been cycling on and off ketosis. I had this idea in my head that I couldn't do strength training while I was eating a ketogenic diet. So I've recently come to terms with the fact that because I have diabetes, type 2 diabetes, I am much more efficient in a state of ketosis. I had some sort of dietary issues, problems with my gut, gastrointestinal stuff, and my first round with ketogenesis or a ketogenic diet was not enjoyable. Had lots of issues. I won't get into them in this video, but I decided to give it another try and had great success. I leaned out about 24 pounds in fourth quarter last year. And then I decided to do the Small Lab Junior bench adaptation in 13 weeks, grueling 13 weeks of bench pressing. I've had great success with that. I'm midway through week 12 right now. I feel real good about finishing that up. But it just sort of made me come full circle and realize that in order for me to continue to diet control my diabetes, I was going to need to move back towards the ketogenesis. So that said, I learned about KetoOS and took the supplement. I have to say, on taste, solid 4 out of 5 stars, easy, tastes really good. I talk a bit more about that in the other parts of this video where I actually show myself drinking it, texture, everything's really outstanding. Ingredients, so the big one here, beta hydroxybutyrate. It's a synthesized ketone. So the biosynthesis is catalyzed by an enzyme, beta hydroxybutyrate dehydrogenase. So bear with me, I'm not a chemist, and my wife, the nurse, laughs at me when I try and pronounce a lot of this stuff. So that's the big thing, is that beta hydroxybutyrate. In humans, it's a D3 hydroxybutyrate is synthesized from the liver from acetoacetate, the first ketone produced in the fasting state. So that's key. My belief is that it's this one part of this supplement that sort of tricks your body into thinking, oh, okay, it's time to be in ketosis. You've been fasting, and supplemented over time, it should continue to fool your body. But I wanted to read through the ingredients because number one, I like knowing what I'm putting in my body. So next thing on the list is medium chain triglycerides, or MCTs. They're partially man-made fats. The name refers to the way the carbon atoms are arranged in their chemical structure. MCTs are generally made by processing coconut and palm kernel oils in the lab. Athletes sometimes use MCTs for nutritional support during training, as well as for decreasing body fat and increasing muscle mass. So there you have it. Non-fat dry milk. Okay, I think that's kind of gives us a little bit of the creaminess and texture of the supplement. Disodium phosphate. It's used in conjunction with trisodium phosphate in foods and water softening treatment. Again, it's another way to make it more palatable, and it's quite palatable. I would like to add. Oh, and up front, I'm not being paid anything for this. This is just an interest to me. If I can learn something from this and pass it on to you guys, well, it's good. It's good for all of us. Let's see. And no, I don't have all this memorized. I'm reading off my notes here. That's why you see me looking down a little bit. So disodium phosphate is used in conjunction with trisodium phosphate in foods and water softening treatment. In foods, it's used to adjust the pH. Its presence prevents coagulation in the preparation of condensed milk. So another way to affect the taste and texture of what we're eating. Never mind that, that's just my email. Malic acid, when added to food products, is denoted by number E296. Malic acid is a sort of source of extreme tartness in United States produced confectionery, the so-called extreme candy. So again, it's something that affects the taste. There's some stevia in it as a sweetener, and then ascorbic acid, excuse me, vitamin C. So, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, I believe the Keto OS supplement tricks the body into thinking it's in a state of fasting, a low carb intake, and switches gears into the start of nutritional ketosis. This happens due to the presence of the beta hydroxybutyrate that comes from the acetoacetate, the first ketone produced in the fasting state. So what you're going to see next in the video is my experience with the supplement. Now, efficacy. That was a tough one for me. I used keto sticks. I use urinalysis. You're just basically testing urine to see how many ketones are present. And since I wasn't in nutritional ketosis, my thought is the large amount of ketones that I took in the supplement, and since urine-based ketosis testing it only tests the excess amount of ketones in your system, my thought is that I came up positive on the test because I'm just basically peeing out the ketones that I took in. And since I'm not actively using them like I would if I was in ketosis, of course I'm going to test positive. Now that said, so I have to say inconclusive with the urine test. I am going to get a blood meter to test for ketones, and then I'm going to do a 1 week study where I'm going to test my blood. So I'm going to do the same test you're about to see in the rest of this video, as well as, but with blood, excuse me. And that should definitively tell us if the claim that it puts me in a state, that it can put you in a state of nutritional ketosis in 60 minutes is true. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think it's probably true. I think that at the close of the week, I'm going to, at the first test, the first day, I think I'm still going to come up hot, but in my blood instead of urine, and I think it's going to be a good thing. And then moving forward from that, I'm going to do a 12-week ketogenic transformation challenge that I've sort of made up for myself, where I'm going to do some basically really, really clean eating. I'm going to back off on all supplements. I'm basically just going to do the Keto OS 3 times a week. and then I'm going to eat ketogenic diet, and then just a good multivitamin. I usually do Anavite, but it's been making my stomach a little upset lately. I'm not sure why. I think it might be a doubling up of vitamin C that I've been taking. I had LASIK and I had to take a bunch of vitamin C, so it may be that. I'm not real sure, but I have a rule: if something makes you sick, don't eat it. I think that's a good rule. So watch the rest of the video. Go to the link if you're interested in the supplement. Go to the link in this blog post, and pick up a 15-day supply or something, and give it a try. Thanks for caring enough to watch these things and read my blog. It means a great deal to me that you folks read my blog, that you care about how I'm training, with the things I'm doing, my diet, sort of where I am on the emotional scale. This stuff is, you guys make this possible for me. You help me be a better guy, all around. As a husband, as a father, as a friend, professionally. All of that, all of my ability to continue to grow is contingent on having a good, healthy lifestyle, and being able to talk to you folks about that keeps me motivated, and I really appreciate that, and can honestly say, I know this is my inner hippie here, but I can honestly say I love all of you for being there for me. Thank you. Raging Killed here. I'm about to do my ketones test, urine test. I got my test strips here. Now understand that this only tests the amount of sort of excreted ketones in my urine, and the longer you're in ketosis, the lesser the number of these ketones that will show up in your urine. But since I have not been in ketosis since early December, I should just test completely negative. So I'm going to go ahead and test my urine. I've got this little cup, and then my test strips. These are True Plus. I got them from Walgreens. Alright. I'm not going to take them out just yet. Alright, I'm going to turn around just a second. No peeking. So I got my urine. Go ahead and grab a test strip. So these are, it's kind of hard to see. It starts off with kind of a almost off-white color. So I'm just going to dip it in the urine. I'm going to pull it off. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 14 1,000, 15 1,000. Now if I was positive, this stick would be kind of a dark purpley color, but you'll see that I'm reading pretty much textbook negative. So I do not have excess ketones being passed out of my body via my urine. So I'm going to go take this is the KetoOS supplement, and I'll get back with you folks in an hour. Alright, so here's the supplement. There's all the stuff that's in it. And I just dumped it in my dose locker here. Now it's in here. Cap that. A little bit bubbly. That actually mixed up pretty easy. Don't see any chunks floating around. It's got a creamy orange taste, which makes sense since it's called Orange Dream. It's almost like, let me take another sip. It's almost like drinking Alka-Seltzer. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start my timer 1 hour from now. All right, well, it's been an hour, so, and what do you know, I gotta pee again, so that's good. Got my cup. And a side note, I never thought I'd be peeing in a video for, science. Interesting note, my urine's a slightly lighter color. I don't know if that has any meaning. I drink plenty of water, so here we go. Alright, take it out, 15 seconds. 1 1,000, 14 1,000, 15 1,000. So I'm going to go ahead and hold up. Let's see, let me match it. So I have gone from negative on ketones to, I'm in the small range. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm somewhere in between pink and the medium range. So I'm somewhere in here. So I went from negative to a fair amount of ketones. Now, if I was testing for ketosis, for ketones, if I was in doing a ketogenic diet like I did third quarter last year, this would be somewhere on the dark side here, and it would have taken me, it took me probably 3-4 days to get into the range on this strip. So, interesting.
Hey everybody, Rage and Killed here. I am about to try out this KetoOs Max Pure Therapeutic Ketones. This is supposed to have the same ketone effect that the Orange Dream has, but with added focus. So here's the stuff that's in it. I thought it was interesting that it didn't really have a ingredients list. Or, oh, okay. I just didn't see it before because it was silver on black. So it looks like we got some stimulants in here. We'll see what happens. Some vitamin C, cyan, taurine. I'm guessing this is going to have a similar effect as an energy drink. So let's see. Oops. Tear it open. It says to put it in 12 ounces of water, but I don't ever drink just 12 ounces of water. I always drink these big bottles. So I found that the taste on a lot of this kind of stuff, like just as an example, this is my multivitamin, and if I mix it in 8 to 12 ounces of water, it tastes really good. But if I mix it up in a big bottle like this, it's kind of a bland taste. If you guys don't have one of these dose lockers or something similar, I mean, there's a few different brands out there. Very useful. I like them because you can put stuff in them, screw it shut. There's a top and bottom lid, and take it with you. All right. So this is Maui Punch. Maui Punch. Looks like a nice color to it. I'm guessing it's going to mix up just as cleanly as the Orange Dream. Yeah, nothing floating around in there, just air bubbles. right, so I'm gonna take a drink. Yeah, it's got a good taste. Same sort of Alka-Seltzer, like I don't know, aftertaste to it. I'm thinking that's probably the malic acid. Not sure. I think that's likely what it is. Tastes good. I'll talk about this when I do the overall review, but I just wanted to try this out this morning. I had a really good night's rest. I slept like probably 8 or 9 hours, which is uncommon for me. So yeah, I'll let you guys know.